some of the things that you're talking about and addressing in culturitis, the opposite, very healthy culture, can only obtain at certain levels of scale. So you couldn't go to, the LinkedIn offices here with hundreds of employees and be like, we sing happy birthday to every employee. It's like, you can't possibly. The only thing you'd be doing is singing happy birthday.
Yeah.
So,
No,
what's your wisdom on something like that, where the quality of the culture has something to do with the size?
no, absolutely. It's interesting that you bring up the cake. We used to do that at Disney and then at the Sony Pictures as well. And then we decided that, well, let's have a cake once a month. And all the birthdays in that month because
Okay.
we were eating a lot of cake. But the idea and what we're getting to here, the core of it is a sense of belonging. And I think, the camaraderie, the sense of belonging, and it's very high up on one of the needs for someone joining a company today. Having the sense, as human beings, I think, we're all tribal creatures at the end of the day, and we need that sense of belonging. And these little moments where we celebrate things, and this can be done in teams, it can be done not at whole company level. Small companies, yes, it gets a foot. Otherwise, you're going to end up with 12, two cakes every week, and the time that takes. But there's other ways you can do that. I mean, you can pop an email, you can have a thank you note, things like that. There's several other ways that you can bring it to life. But it all goes to create that sense of belonging, and that's very powerful because once you have people who are going to have your back, who look after you, who treat you well, and you are participating in that person's growth. All that is so powerful, and this will make you stay longer. It feels like this family thing. One of the values we work for a company is that we treat each other like family, and then we articulated what that means. I mean, some families don't treat each other very well, really. So in my family, I scream at my sister. Is that okay in your company? No, but really, what does it mean? We support, we go above and beyond, we help, and so those things are important. And these little moments where you celebrate people's successes, you celebrate milestones in their lives. I think to call these out is absolutely crucial and fun. You can do this at a group level. You can do this at a department or a team level. It really depends on each company and how they want to bring it to life. But creating the sense of belonging is absolutely powerful. And there's so much research that's coming back that shows that people who feel that they're connected with others, that generally tend to be a lot more productive. They're more engaged. It leads directly to employee engagement and people wanting to come to work because we have that, extended family at work as well that cares about you. And after COVID, it's become even more crucial. One of the things I wanted to bring up here, and I had this conversation just yesterday with a manager, and I said, we were not trained to be counselors. Nobody was trained to be. We're managers, right? We want to manage people. Managers do that, but I think one of the things everybody had to grapple with very quickly is this whole mental thing where people were really struggling, right, with this work-life balance and working from home. And so a lot of people just couldn't address these issues because they were not trained as counselors.
Yeah.
And a lot of people needed this help. They just needed to speak to someone, and they felt they couldn't open up to their managers because managers were not even trained to be able to handle this kind of stuff. So it opened up a whole new thing with companies, and there's several organizations, including DHL, who really took this on board. They created an app. You could call people up or peer anytime if you're having a problem, and things like that help create that sense of belongingness, the sense that we've been cared for beyond just what we do every day. There's a humaneness to this whole thing.